Hello from the Gospel Boat that we use in evangelism of international students. But today, I'm just sitting here and my wife is filming it, and we would like to tell you our favorite missionary story. And then I'd also like to sing two verses that I added to Lord, Prepare Me to be a Sanctuary. We would sing this song in Pennsylvania, Virginia, wherever we do children's camps, and I thought this would bless you. Lord, prepare me to be a missionary and share the gospel in my land. I am willing, I am ready to share the good news of your plan. Lord, I'm becoming your disciple, praying, loving my fellow man. Help me now to touch the people in a distant foreign land. Now that bird really seems to like the ukulele. Well, I'd like to tell you a story that I read several years ago, probably about 15 years ago, while I was sitting on a couch here in Tampa, and I finished reading it, and just about as I was finished, my wife walked in, and I wasn't talking. I was totally quiet. She looked over at me and she said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I'll never be the same again. I just read a story that happened back in the 50s in Ethiopia, and now I am changed forever." And this is the story, true story. Let me backtrack a bit. I was asked by a church in Brandon if I would come and help and talk to their children because they were trying to raise money for Bibles in countries that didn't have many Bibles, and the kids weren't giving any money, and they were looking for, I think it was $2,500. And so the kids just weren't coming up with anything, and they said, "Will you come talk to them?" I said, "I'd love to." And so I went there and I asked the kids, "Would you guys be willing to, this coming Saturday, have a garage sale and take your Xboxes and put them on the garage sale table and sell them for whatever you could possibly get?" There's a little boy sitting right here up close to me. He was probably about 8 years old, and he shook his fist at me, put it up in the air, and he said, "No way, man. I would never give up my Xbox so that people would have the Bible." My heart was broken. And then I went on to tell them a story about a little African girl who was just the opposite of what this poor little kid was. She was raised in a poor village way up in the mountains of Ethiopia. One day she went to her African pastor's church on Sunday, and the African pastor said, "You see that mountain over there? About a 10,000 foot mountain. On the other side of it, there's a village that no one has ever gone to with the gospel of Jesus Christ. Go home and pray and ask God what you can do so that those people can hear the good news of Jesus Christ." And so he waited a couple days, and on Tuesday she came back to him and she said, here's the equivalent of 10 American dollars. Well, back in the 50s, that was a lot of money. And so he said, "Where did you get all this money? What happened?" And she said, "Do you remember on Sunday that you said to ask God to do whatever you can to make sure these people have the gospel?" She said, "I went home and I prayed about it. And the next morning, Monday morning, I woke up and I walked way down into a big town where there's a rich African lady, and I sold myself to her for the equivalent of 10 American dollars. Now take this 10 American dollars and go and tell those people about Jesus Christ. I am leaving now, and I'm going back into that town, and I will work the rest of my life as a slave so that they can hear the good news of Jesus Christ. And so she left. Well, some of us would say, wow, she threw her life away. What does the Bible say? In John 12:24, truly, truly, I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. Mark 8:35, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. So we look at her and say, wow, she was throwing her life away. But she wasn't, was she? She was saving her life because she completely gave it away for Jesus Christ. So we have a choice. Will you run your own lonely life and have everything centered around me and mine? Or will you give yourself and everything God has endowed to you to God? You know, there's two ways that every person lives. There's the me way. That's the way most people live. Me, me, me. But then there's the other way, the way of consecration, where you give everything, not only one time, but every day to Jesus Christ. That's what this little girl did. And you know what? She didn't save everything she had. She gave everything she was away. And many people have heard this story. And do you know how many people have given their lives for eternity because of this one little girl? She didn't throw it all away. She sent it all ahead. And God has richly blessed my life because of her. Because of her, I reach out. And I don't worry about many things that many people do worry about. I reach out and I give of myself and what I have because Jesus gave. This little girl could give, and now I can give, and you can give so that others can hear. May God bless you as you consecrate your life every day to Him. As the Apostle Paul said, I die daily. Amen.